here's the cedar, hedge tree that I got from a box store there and trimmed up. I mean, it was 2 years ago I got it, left it for a year, repotted it a bit into that. And then you can see the video, I sort of took off the whole top. Like, look, the thing was huge, right? Took off the whole top, styled it up, and then just left it all last year. And so it's really grown out. Done really quite well. So, it needs a new style. And I had to repot this spring here. So I sort of identified what I consider the best front, the best base. So it kind of flares here a bit. You have this teeny little bulge coming from this. So I can cut that back a bit and maybe pull off that. I do want to kind of keep the bark because it's one of the features that gives it some age. So I got to be careful about how I, if I could trim that in at all. I just got to be careful of that. Overall it's got a little bit, it's got this length to the left. I kind of do want to have it directionally a bit, but not much. It's not going to be like a huge directional piece, quite uniform. What I need to do is compact it in, and open up branches for some sort of back budding and these type of branches to flourish. And you can see it's come quite forward. This will be my apex, which is nice. So this originally I think was my apex, and then it just started growing up, and everything's sort of growing up after I left it. So yeah, so I'll get some wire on it and just start working on it. 6:30, I've gotten up before the kids are up and working on this cedar. So I'd give a little update from where I was at. You can see I've really thinned out a lot. I'm starting to be able to see the trunk. This is really where I gotta deal with something. I think I'm gonna chop this thing off, which means I'm gonna lose this branch. Luckily, this branch is here to replace it, but this one here is the whole thing's gonna go on. I'm gonna take these off. Ryan Neal says, "Love the dead wood, keep it on no matter what." I don't think. I mean, maybe I'll break one and keep one. Maybe these two actually, because these are off the main thing. Maybe I will keep some. I'll just chop it off. We'll have to see. I'll chop it down and get it down. But so all wired up, quite a bit thinner. Like I really thinned it down. I had to take off. I took off all the tops, as you can see, but there was a branch here that was coming up that actually had a lot of the foliage that I was using to kind of create the top, and just structurally it was like having another, it was right here actually, and it was coming up, so there was a whole bunch here that I had to take off, and I just decided that, for the long-term sort of look of the tree, I just had to take that off, so really left it sparse. And so I really want to fill out, but I mean, the other thing is I've been realizing that, well, trees grow, and sometimes I design to the design I want and go, okay, here it looks perfect now, and then 3 months down the line, as soon as it starts growing, it grows way out of proportion, right? So this is nice, and will be a nice experiment to see. Now I was gonna kind of repot it, but I took off 60%, I want to say. And so I just need to let it grow out. Actually, I want that coming in through there. Yeah, I just need to let this grow out. Once it gets healthy, then repot it, probably next spring is what it really will be. So, it's been asked for an update on this one. This is the Thuja Hedge that I've done. And you can see what I really needed to do was figure out, can I get some back budding, so I opened it right up, and lo and behold, I haven't even fertilized that hard, but I'm starting to get some back buds, even right in there. Oh, can you see that there? Teeny little back bud in there. Now it might be a bit of a stretch. Ooh, that's starting to bite in. Might be a stretch to try to get back buds out of here, but I think that might be new. Those are definitely all new this year. So it is possible. Looks like it comes mostly from the base. I'm not seeing it on the branches at all. Oh, maybe a teeny one there. That's probably old. But that's a good sign. It means it's doable. You know, and coming off the trunk here and there's a little one and there's a little one, so that's great. That allows me the potential for these to grow in the future. Now I haven't actually fertilized that heavily this year. So, you know, I have some unorganic in there in these sort of balls, and I think I put some organic in there. I'm gonna put in a little bit more unorganic, and just because this is gonna get a really full repot, and I just want to really pump it full of fertilizer. And you can see the apex is really dense, growing really, really well. So my sense is that it's quite apically dominant, which means these branches are gonna suffer a little more. But you know, I am getting teeny little growth on the edges, so that's hopeful. And this actually is the branch that I kind of almost cracked right off, so it's doing okay considering. Yeah, so some people, you know, you may not like what I've done with it. It's definitely something different, right? I lost all that feel that I had before, but now it's starting to look older. And you can see the trunk less like a traditional bonsai and more like a sort of a tree you might see in nature.